Well, Supersonic, something's got to give for Servette, right? I mean, I mentioned it before the previous break. They scored 6 goals in their last 12 games. They've been outscored 38-6. How do they do, or even if they have a chance to, how do they turn things around against a Vertex team that is similarly starting to turn things around in the rival series?
You know, I'm not 100% certain how it's gonna go. This is one of those matches where, like, I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I think that whoever gets the wind in their sail early, whoever can get that opening goal and get something going, I think is gonna win. I think that mental fortitude has been an issue for both these teams, and if one of them lets the other one get a runaway in game one, I think that that's going to spell disaster for them. So I'm going with whoever gets that opening goal, I think is going to have a good series.
Whoever scores first usually wins a lot of games, and Coca, hey, whoever scores first may win the series. The way that the Servette has gone over the past few weeks, it is Coca who strikes first for Team Vertex.
Overcommit early out of Servette Geneva there, just an open net. The cheat up, the other player came up still, nobody ready on the defensive half, easy throw in.
So 1-0 in about 15 seconds. Here is Nagflow to start yet another attack for Vertex. A team that we had high expectations for offensively. Thought coming into this season it was going to be a much different story from the previous. It has not been, but there is still time to turn it around and salvage what they can. Dumaine will pop one up, but Yagi is right there for it. Not a ball with a lot of purpose, though. Just kind of thrown towards the opposite end. A demo by Coca. The ball falls right to him. And there is Yagi to just sky one away. Mirror looking for Yagi. The pass had a little too much sauce on it. He could not catch up. And Nagflow will dump one out only as far as Zafair, who does have a teammate in Yagi coming on. Could not get the ball to him, and so Mirror has to come up. A very aggressive challenge at midfield. Zafair has Mirror running interference for him, but no defenders to take out. And that seems to be the story for Servette. The ideas are there, the execution, not so much. Dumaine not able to follow up here, but Coca can to the corner. Nagflow with a backflip as Coca will stay with this, and now it'll be Yagi. He is going to lose possession very quickly, though, and he wasn't under any duress at all. It has been a struggle for Servette in the last few weeks and in the past couple of minutes. Mirror whiffs on this. Nagflow has Coca flanking him. He'll turn off. Nagflow to the corner. Looking to center. Nobody home, though. And now both sides just seem to have a little case of the yips as they don't want to come up.
Yeah, both teams really just kind of trying to, well, as I said, that they're going to go for a pass there, but really there's been a lot of self-play. We talked about all the selfless play in the previous match and the passes that were going on to get around defenders. So far it's been kind of big clears from Coca, trying to carry it down the field to set himself up for a flip reset. On the other side, we've been seeing kind of the same, or big booming clears. Nobody really taking true possession of the ball and trying to make something happen. And if it stays going this way, it's going to be a win for Vertex. They need to start getting something happening here. Zafair going to get up, but Dumaine there to knock it away.
It'll be Yagi looking to go across the defense over to Zafair, but that ball's gotten away from him. Again, good idea, poor execution as the ball gets away. Now Mirror for Zafair, looking to flick one on. Instead, it's popped up for Yagi. Needs another touch, and he's run out of gas.
Zafair has a lot of the right ideas. He's getting out there. He's getting the most touches so far this match, and he's kind of throwing them out, trying to get a pass out for a teammate. But their midfield, they're just kind of popped up. There's not any real intention with it. It feels like he's just kind of trying to create an opportunity rather than having a targeted area that he's trying to send the ball.
You know what this reminds me of? It's like me when I play ranked. Like, yeah, I have a great idea. Put the ball in the net. It just never seems to happen. I can't quite figure out why.
I feel like that's our entire team anytime we play ranked. It's, you know, we talk about a lot of things, and I think we have ideas more often than not. We just...
Yeah, Dazzler seems to talk more than anybody. There's Zafair, finally putting one in as Servette will get on the board. They're good for one every couple of games over the past few weeks. This is the one that ties up game one.
They tie it up. A little scary, though. That was a triple commit. All three of them in the air near the ball there off that pass. Not going to want to do that too often. I understand you need to get a goal and tie it up, but you open it up, you may end up paying the penalty if you allow too many opportunities like that.
Just looking back at their series, the last 4 series, which again have all been 0-3 sweeps, they have scored exactly 1 goal in game 1, and of course then gone on to lose that game. Here is Yagi out of the corner. Over to Koka. Problem is they're not teammates. Now Nagflow chasing this down all the way downfield. It'll be Zafair's got to get up in a hurry. He had Koka ranging in behind him. And now Yagi right there is Nagflow to intercept at midfield. As the defense of Vertex tries to turn it into offense. Koka, good first touch, but does not get a follow-up as that's swept away with 20 to go.
Yeah, it looked like Koka was trying to get a flip reset there, wasn't able to get it. Almost an opportunity, would have been pretty, but he was only able to get those front 2 wheels down and on that ball.
It'll be Nagflow right there at midfield with a good challenge along the side. Regulation has come and gone, and we go to overtime in game 1. It has been heartbreak so often in these early games for Servette, looking to change their fortune. Something needs to go their way, and instead they have their hearts broken again. This time the perpetrator is Nagflow.
Nice pass there from Koka as he brings it off that side wall. Nagflow already up, pre-jumping that. They know it's coming. Placement on point. Vertex going to be the first one to strike. In the match, and the first one to strike here in the series as they take down game number 1.
And it happens to Servette again. 1 goal in game 1. They drop that game 2-1 to Vertex. It happens in overtime, and just add it to the list. Now 1-4 in extra time is Servette Geneva Esports. They don't get a single shot from Yagi, and they didn't get a whole lot from him, at least on the scoreboard, as they just struggled to get him involved in what they're trying to do against this very talented German squad.
On both sides, it really feels like they're just clearing the ball, and the stats basically tell the same story if we're looking at number of touches on the ball. So they're in that match going into overtime. Granted, overtime was all of like 10 seconds there. They have maybe half the number of touches that we've been seen in the previous matches from these other teams. They're just clearing the ball back and forth. Nobody's willing to take possession of it. And I think whoever can get that type of play going and figure out the possession game, bring the ball down, create opportunities, will end up taking the series.
So they will line it up again for game 2 on Urban Central. Servette trying to tie up this series after a very quick overtime, a heartbreaking loss in OT, and just more emotional hits that just keep coming on. As you look at the last 2 series, they have scored between them just 2 goals. They score 1 goal in game 1. They get shut out games 2 and 3. They will need to score very early on, you would think, to
that's a
maybe help
stat.
Avoid the doubt. Yeah, help avoid the doubt creeping in. Wonder if they even can compete at this level. They've shown they can, but in this league, it has been a challenge.
Momentary signs of life, though, this late in the season when you can't piece it together more than 1 or 2 times, it makes it really rough to try and play at this level. It starts bringing doubt and questions into your mind, and when you start doing that, you're not going to play at your best. And that's got to be where the mindset is currently for Servette Geneva after that heartbreaking loss.
Yagi's had some good passes. He has not been rewarded with assists, nor was he on his previous attempt. Now Mirror Wing coming on. That's going to be blocked by Nagflow and boomed downfield as Vertex go trying to track down Boost. Koka could not find any at midfield. He will get a pass off, but that's intercepted, and Nagflow has to take it to his own corner. Missing that ball entirely out of the corner was Nagflow. He will try to do better at midfield as he'll pop it further on past Zaffair, who just seemed like he was stuck in mud, and as a result, they're going to get scored on. It's Dumaine posting in.
Koka, clean pass off the back. No one there to challenge the ball. Mirror caught in a turn trying to get situated back in the net. Not able to jump up to make a touch on that ball. May have wanted to not turn and just go ahead and try and challenge that off the wall. I don't think there was any chance at him getting turned around in time and getting up for that.
When you see someone going backwards away from their own net, just trying to pick up a boost pad, that's when the old red flag starts waving like, uh-oh, this is trouble. And it was for Servette. They dropped down a goal near the midway point of Game 2. Now Dumaine. Challenged in the corner, can still stay with this play, so he makes another challenge. Yagi has gotten this one centered for Vertex. That's not where he wanted the ball. Zaffair didn't get rid of it. Mirror will try, and Dumaine will cut it off at the center line. Now Yagi, again the ball goes from the corners to the center from Servette, rather than the other way around, and it is not conducive to keeping other teams off the scoreboard. For the most part, they have over the past couple of weeks. They haven't been blown out in many of these games, but the damage has been done because they haven't been able to score themselves.
Yeah, you got to be able to put up the ball, or put up a score on the other side, and they do. There we go. Zaffair finally going to get one in there. So Servette going to tie this up. We're back in another 1-1 situation here. We'll see if they can start piecing this together. And I think the issue is what you are saying. They are taking that ball out of the corner. They're trying to do these weird plays where they bring it up and off the backboard or across their own goal line. And you don't want to bring it across your goal line. You want to take it across the opponent's goal line. They need to start trying to get more plays down the sidewalls.
Well, they will try here as Zaffair will give chase, but he couldn't get to that ball in time. Mirror intercepts at midfield. Koka's got to dodge just a little bit of pressure, and he does so, but now Zaffair coming on, and that's blocked by Koka again. The defense of Koka has actually been very fun to watch because he has been pressured physically by a lot of teams, and his concentration on the defensive end, it is not matched by many. That almost finds its way in as well, but it is saved right at the goal line by Mirror. Now it is Mirror trying to get rid of this ball, and he can't, as Vertex look to reclaim the lead late in Game 2. Dumaine's shot, that's high and wide, and no follow-up.
That's another issue that does happen, and I think it's true for both these teams. When they are getting looks at the net on open nets, they're getting high shots, they're getting wide shots. They need to figure out how to get this shooting accuracy back up, especially when you're playing against, two teams that are playing against each other that have had those defensive mistakes. Those mistakes have been occurring. We've seen them happening. They're creating opportunities, but nobody's capitalizing on them.
Yagi pass over to Zaffair, looking for an assist. He does not get one. He'll have to be content with the one that he has on the goal in this game. So he'll try to score himself instead, and he does! What a shot!
That's one way to get it done. If you're not getting the team plays, and you're not getting the capitalizing moments on the defensive mistakes, get in there, be the hero, throw the team on the back, and get a play in. Yagi being that man here off that backboard, breathing a little bit of life here into Servette in the final 20 seconds.
If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, and he does. Now with 15 seconds left, can they hang on? They cannot. No. What a pass and a blistering drive from Nagflow to quickly tie things up again.
If they can't get something going here, if Servette doesn't win this match, I think they're going to be in a tough spot in Game 3. I don't know that they can weather that storm and that mental game. Game 3 is going to be really rough if they don't take down this match.
And Coca plays hero yet again, picking up his third assist of the series. 100% goal participation as he's had a hand in everything on both sides of the field, and I do mean everything that Vertex has done. He has also got it done on the defensive end, keeping Servette at bay as we go to overtime for the second game in a row. It was a short overtime in game 1. It will be slightly longer in game 2 as this is cleared away, but maybe not much longer. There's another drive far down and away, but there's Coca looking to break their hearts again, and this will go to the corner.
Another midfield pass, Nagflow.
Every time, it just seems like now that Servette do get the ball out to the corners, it feels like they're doing something right, and then there's another great infield pass coming from Vertex, leading to a high-power shot. Nagflow's got to stay all the way back this time. That challenge won by Mirror. Another touch very quickly out of the corner, but Dumaine is right there. He'll opt for boost over ball, and his teammate did as well, so that's going to be trouble. It leaves Nagflow all alone in the net, but he's not challenged by a particularly difficult shot.
Vertex looks like a completely different team since the start of the OT. And where is that infield passing and the aggressiveness that we're seeing at the start of these OTs in the actual map? In the actual matches, if they could get that going, they'd have a much better record for the season.
Accidental second touch should create a scoring opportunity, and Zaffair pushed one wide. Oh, it's a can't-miss opportunity, and they found a way to miss it anyways.
And that's not the first time that we've seen that happen this match, actually. We've seen it happen a couple times in regulation play, and it's starting to plague them as it comes over into OT.
Coca, clever touch off the tires, but it's coming right back in. Yagi's up. That's going to be pushed wide. Mirror's waiting. And can he do this himself? He got the challenge, but there is Dumaine to back things up. Zaffair, booming clear over towards Mirror. Does not get that ball centered like you would have wanted to. So now Yagi will try. This is right towards the net and sent away by Nagflow. Starting to see Yagi take more initiative out there and maybe a little bit of trust waning away as he tries to take over and get his team back into this series. But eventually, everybody else is going to get on the same page. Zaffair makes a stop. This is going to find its way out to Nagflow. And, boy, that last touch by Zaffair before that one, a little ill-advised. This ball loose in front. Mirror has it go right to Coca. Coca against Zaffair. This time Zaffair's up in time, but there's the rebound. Dumaine over to Nagflow. They try it again. That's going to be just high. Nagflow wins that ball after the demo by Dumaine, and yet again, it happens to Servette. They drop in OT after that demo.
The team confidence is definitely falling apart. I 100% agree with your assessment there, where Yagi felt like he was starting to try and force things to happen by himself. There was no cohesion there in that OT. There was some team play still coming out of Vertex, and they did give up opportunities to Servette to create some traction for themselves or get a goal in, where they were triple committing off of some of those infield passes. They had 2 times where they double committed off the pass in the mid, so they had one guy up in a corner, other 2 sitting really far up to take the shot, and Servette instead just kind of has a soft clear where they just kind of touch it up. Had they just been able to do a booming hit, just bomb that back down the field and then chase after it, they probably would have had a goal there. And then the times when they did get down there to make a play, Zaffair set one wide. A lot of missed opportunities for Servette, and it makes me wonder if they're going to be able to go into this game 3. Now, again, they were taking these RLCS teams to game 5, so maybe they can weather the storm and take this down to that match 5, but I think it's going to be a tough one.
It is going to be a tough one. Again, they do get up to 2 goals this time, but again, they drop in OT, and that losing streak extends. You hate to keep mentioning it, but 14 games in a row that they have dropped Splice-esque numbers from their RLCS run a couple of seasons ago, and it is not looking good for Servette Geneva. They have a game to try and turn things around, but the Germans will look for a sweep to close out our broadcast here today. Nagflow up against Affair. Kickoff goes right to Yagi. That's probably who Servette wants on the ball. He faked the flip reset, and the shot still sailed high.
Yeah, let Yagi be that guy that gets in there and tries to make plays happen or force things to happen. Be there defensively, create opportunities for him to do something. He's the guy that's kind of shooting hot and getting touches on the ball and trying to make things happen. Create opportunities for him.
Yagi could not get that midfield boost, so he tries to do a lot with not much to work with, and now it is Dumaine. 1-on-1, actually 2-on-1, 2-on-2, as Yagi came into support. Now Coca. Try to get over Yagi, he does. He's got Dumaine waiting, but that ball goes opposite side, so it'll be Zafir. Needs another touch coming out of the side. Got around Dumaine. Now he's got a chance, but he's going to try to take it himself against the whole defense. No, off the back wall, and the follow-up saved away by Dumaine.
Yagi created an opportunity there. He's, again, trying to get things done. You see him go for a bump there on Dumaine. He's trying to get involved and open up these opportunities. I don't see the rhythm, though, out of the other two players on the team. He had a great chance to turn. I believe it was Mirror there. Had an opportunity to cut back on that ball, but unable to do so. I don't know if it's falling on the side of boost management. Maybe he had to get out to get some. I don't know what his boost level was. But they need to find a rhythm between the team. Yagi can't be the only one trying to force this home. They've got to get some team play.
It will be Zafir playing on the defensive end. He'll bring this across, looking for Yagi, instead finding Coca. Now Dumaine. He's got Nagflow coming on. They've set up this play a million times, but it does not work out this time. Now Zafir. Intercepted by Dumaine, but Yagi's right there, so it'll be Nagflow who gets back for the save. Mirror, round one, but no possession, so Vertex will try again if Nagflow and Dumaine can connect, which they do. And they add Coca to the equation, and he adds his third goal of the series.
Nice little 1-2-3 there, up to Dumaine, out to the mid. Coca getting upside down, putting that one right there in that lower corner.
It is all Team Vertex right now as they lead by 2 games in the series. They lead by a goal in a clinching opportunity in Game 3. Coca right at Zafir, and then Coca wins the challenge anyways, and this is going to roll in. And if that does not sum up the entire Servette season, I don't know what does.
That's the type of goal. That's the one where they just, I've been talking about wind in the sail. That's the one that just cuts holes in it. Those are the type of goals that just hit you right in the heart and take your want to play right out of you.
If it weren't for bad luck, Servette would have no luck whatsoever. This is going to be Mirror getting a piece of that ball. Yagi is blocked. Jailbreak the other way, 3-on-2, and Zafir comes to the rescue. Yagi will back away from this, and Zafir will take over with 2 minutes left. They're not dead in the water yet, but they've got to feel like it. The way that this game has gone, the way that Coca has scored his 2 goals. Now Yagi, his drive is going to be saved away right at the end. Now Coca to clear, and another quick counterattack on tap for Vertex as they try to close things out in Game 3. And I say try. It hasn't taken much effort. Again, it just seems like everything is going their way as Dumaine gets back in time.
It does, yeah. Watching it, we talk about eyeball testing this. Neither team looks like they're dominating the other one by any means. Very similar pacing, similar number of touches, opportunities. It just really is that luck factor. If we could somehow analyze and break that down into a number, the luck factor is just going the side of Vertex here throughout this series.
I mean, I can break it down to a number
Except
in a moment.
that.
There's Nagflow adding yet another, and he has just been He has been camped out in midfield waiting for passes like this. And another one comes his way. He's got 3 goals in the series. And it is a well-rounded team effort. I mean, you look at everybody. 4 goals from Coca. 3 from Nagflo. 3 assists from Dumain. He's added a goal. Zafir will try to get on the board. He cannot. As Servette Geneva are now 54 seconds away from dropping down to, what does it be, a negative 15 streak. They would fall to 1-6 on the season. And in this particular match, Super, the way that it happened with those 2 overtimes and then the goals that Coca scored in the first half of this game, I mean, how do you dust yourself off and come back week after week when you have that happening to you?
I don't know that you do. You know, I don't like being that level of negative, but I don't know that you do. Right now, Vertex is running a very one-dimensional offense. If we really look at the way that these goals came, yes, Coca had that one where he kind of got a nice secondary touch or a lucky secondary touch to take one down the field, but almost every goal has come from the exact same play. The ball comes from the corner or the sidewall into the midfield for a pass. Nagflo hangs out there, or Coca's hanging out there. That is the majority of the goals.